have to stand over here?
Yeah, I can move it. I can move it and get you if I
I'm
need
kind
to.
of a wanderer. So
All right. Well, I'll follow you. I don't have face capture on, so.
I'll try and stand still. Then. Okay. Good morning. Bright and early. Happy Monday. Love the costumes. That's great. I'm dressed as an insurance investment guy. That's my costume. So my name is Duncan.
Nice catch up.
It's on the first page and the last page. So we're going to start with a few minutes on the 401k, which is part of the benefits package here. And then I'll turn it over to Liz and her team to talk about the health and all the ancillary benefits there. So I'll start with just this one sheet. I just have a one-pager. So, sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. But I give you the hard copy for a couple reasons. One, so you can sort of follow along, see that the presentation's not very long, and also so you have my contact information. Obviously, Alicia knows how to get a hold of me, but just something you can stuff in your pocket. Because we do have a couple of pretty significant changes coming up with the 401k plan. And so that's why we wanted to start with it. I'm really excited about these changes. I think it's about, we're ready for it. Obviously, the 401k has previously been housed at paychecks, but we haven't been using them for payroll for quite some time now. So there are a lot of other better options out there than paychecks for a 401k plan. And so we did a bunch of due diligence at the plan level, and we're moving to a company called Empower, formerly Great West, but you'll see that. And so hopefully you've begun to receive some communication about that change. It's relatively hands-off. You don't have to do anything. We obviously want to communicate it and make sure everyone's aware of it. And the new tools that'll be available to you and the new mutual funds that'll be available, all good things. Price is coming down. So it's all great things. So we're moving the plan to Empower, and I'll go through the timeline on that real quickly so everyone's comfortable. And then there is one other change to the plan provisions that will likely affect a lot of people. And so that is another thing we want to make sure we communicate. So Monaco Blue is implementing what we call automatic enrollment. And that is becoming a really popular feature for a lot of plans in the area. And it's just as the name implies. Basically, if you have previously, it's highlighted in red, if you have previously never made an affirmative election, meaning you've been working here for 1 year or 15 years and you've just never done anything, we're going to be automatically enrolling everybody on January 1st at 3%. Unless the employee opts out. So this is totally voluntary. Of course, you have ultimate control over the 401k plan at all times. But we know that a lot of people just never get in. They probably are even thinking to themselves, I know I should be doing this. I'm not quite sure how, or it falls down the to-do list. So automatic enrollment helps people get enrolled. Now, if you're already in the plan, doesn't affect you. If you log in and make any type of affirmative election, any type of active election, then you're out of the automatic program. So I want to make that very clear. So you can opt out with Empower, or you can log in and say, instead of 3, I want to do 5% or 6%. As soon as you make any election, you're off the automatic plan. But if we never hear from you, you're going to be automatically enrolled at 3% around January 1st. Does that make sense? Okay. So there are 2 ways, just make sure you understand there's 2 ways to opt out if you're thinking, no, I don't want to participate in this. After the plan is live with Empower, you've got to communicate that to them either online or by phone. And the phone number and the online instructions are part of that sheet, so that shows you how to do that. But again,
you have more of those sheets?
Yeah, I sure do. I have a whole stack of them. I know it's very tiny, but the instructions on how to get to Empower are on the
I think Jackie might need one too.
Sure thing. So other than that, you can see most of the provisions are the same. Anybody who's been here for at least 6 months and worked 500 hours in that time is eligible for the plan, as long as you're 18. And then our plan offers Roth contributions. So the default, if you're auto-enrolled, will be pre-tax right here. But if you want to utilize a Roth 401k, you have that choice. That just simply is saying I'd rather pay my income tax now, and then I'll invest the dollars, and then later on it's tax-free, which is a really nice option, especially if you have a long time till you're going to use those dollars. Roth might be a good choice for you. Happy to have a one-on-one conversation if you want. Any other questions about that? I want to go kind of quick, but this is the big change, automatic enrollment. So if you're sitting here and you've worked here for a few years and you've never been in the plan, this will probably affect you. Unless we hear from you, you'll be enrolled at 3%. Of course, anything else, totally up to you if you want to change that at any time. Even after the fact, you can log in March and say, I want to change to 5%. You're welcome to do that anytime. Okay, and now, like I said, we're moving from paychecks to Empower. So just want to go through a couple of important dates. It's a very scary term, blackout. I don't know why our industry insists on using that term. I guess it's appropriate that we're coming up to Halloween. But basically, blackout